Hey everybody, it's Todd Acoustic back at you. It's been a little while. Today I'm doing a little preview and demo of the TC Helicon Talkbox Synth. And what made me interested in this pedal is, being a little more old school, Peter Frampton, one of my heroes, Joe Walsh, and when those guys would do songs with the Talkbox, like a lot of you, I said, God, I gotta get one of those. It's all good until you actually have one and you have to deal with that tube strapped to your microphone, getting all dirty and nasty, putting your mouth on it. It going back and forth between the tube and the microphone sometimes was a pain in the butt. And also I used to find that it would squash my signal. So when I read up on this one, no tube, basically the foot switch, everything is activated with your microphone, so you're having your both guitar and mic signal going through it. Now, the upside to the original Talkbox is you don't have to put any effort, you're just opening and closing your mouth. With this one, you have to trigger it with your microphone, so you do have to make noise, either singing or making noise through the microphone, but once you get used to that, it's a great tool. Let's check it out. Okay, let's take a look at the pedal itself. So the TC Helicon Talkbox Synth. Basically you have 1/4 inch input and output on the sides. You got XLR in and out and your power on the back. And the cool thing is this will run on batteries or 9-volt power supply. If we take a look at the front and we zoom in just a little bit, we've got basically 3 controls. You have your style, which toggles between Talkbox settings and 4 synth settings. Pitch correction. Not going to get too much into this, but basically because you're running your guitar and your microphone through it, it will have some pitch correction for you. I do notice a little difference. I mean, online they kind of build it up a little bit more than it is, I think. And then finally reverb, so anything from a small room to a hall sound. Also, the TC Helicon pedals all have this switch. It's an adaptive tone switch. It basically gives you a little compression, little de-essing, and that does help out with the tone coming through the machine. All right, so the first 4 styles, number 1 and number 2 are classic and modern Talkbox, but they are completely just wet signal. You engage it, the only thing you're hearing is the Talkbox signal, which would be more of the classic style. 3 and 4, which are the ones that I found to be the most useful, combine both a wet and dry signal. So you still have the guitar coming through, especially if you're in a 3-piece. This is useful, but you always have the reference notes of the guitar. The 4 synth sounds are wet signal only. So again, once you engage it, it's only the wet signal coming through. All right, let's fire this back up and go through the setting. Okay, so running through the settings, again, the first 2 are going to be wet only when engaged Talkbox. So we'll try the classic, which is going to be the most accurate representation of, say, Peter Frampton's or Joe Walsh's. Okay, so that's classic Talkbox only signal. I'm going to go to modern, and the difference there is it has that little more modern, more electronic sound. It is very light Talkbox, but think a little bit more maybe Daft Punk, etc. I'll do that same passage just so you can hear the difference. Okay, Okay, so you can hear that difference. Now I'm going to move to, again, the settings that I found to be most useful, which is 3 and 4. It's going to be wet and dry talkbox. I'm going to start first with the classic. So the nice thing is I can play guitar, keep it on, and then go right into it, automatically triggering. So again, now I'm going to do the same thing, wet and dry with the modern. Okay, so lots of things that you can do with that. The next 4 settings are synth settings. I'm going to be using this primarily for the talkbox settings, but the more you mess around, you can do some really cool stuff. So let's check that out. So again, these are wet only. Wow, 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 wow. Harder, better, faster, stronger. That's for my son Evan. And then the last one. So a little fun, again, if you play around with it, probably some cool uses. But anyway, that's the TC Helicon Talkbox Synth. Hopefully it's been helpful. I'm digging the pedal, maybe you will too. Todd Acoustic, we'll see you again soon.